equity and inclusion for the Culture Club.
Hello, my friends, and half a day from us all here at KUAM in Harmon. I'm Jason Salas, and welcome to a very special episode of the HotSpot, Home for the Holidays. Today's show is serving as a companion to the 24th annual CBS special, A Home for the Holidays. And on our episode today, we are going to shine the very well-deserving spotlight on foster care on Guam, as well as some of the nonprofit organizations who have made foster care their heartfelt mission. We also have some uplifting stories that, who knows, may inspire you to become foster parents yourself.
The menu, brought to you by King's Restaurant, always open, always local, and Ruby Tuesday Guam, home of the Fresh Garden Bar.
All right, you might also want to have a little bit of a tissue when you watch this show because we are definitely going to give you the feels. All right, on today's episode, we make our way over to Harvest House and introduce you to some of the incredible, tireless staff over there. We also learn more about the Kate Thomas Foundation and that wonderful organization's overall mission, as well as the legacy of its namesake. Also, we are going to introduce you to foster parents Roy and Laura Jano and how they have opened their home as well as their hearts. And we've got a special musical performance for you. What would the holidays be without music? And our friends at the Tumon Bay Youth Orchestra are joining us in studio, and they are definitely going to get you in the holiday spirit. Well, Harvest House, you may know, is a nonprofit organization here on the island. It's a ministry for foster children families on Guam that is providing for the physical needs, spiritual encouragement, and emotional support of young ones in need of a permanent home. Joining us now from Barrigada is our Nick Delgado, who is standing by. To the KUAM News Zoom room we go. Nick, what have you got?
Hey JC, yeah, here at the Harvest House in Barrigada. I want to make sure that I'm in frame here. I did get my hotspot frames, thanks to you putting on that motivation there. But again, years of giving back and helping out our foster children in need, our local children in need here, especially during the holiday season when they need it the most. The Harvest House has been doing just that, and joining me to tell us all about how they're celebrating, ringing in the new year, and continuing on with the mission they've been doing all these years is Bethany Taylor. She's the executive director of Harvest House. Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas and half a day, everyone, from Harvest House.
So Harvest House, many people hear about what you guys do for the community, accepting donations, making sure that children, especially in the foster care system, have some sense of normalcy in their everyday life. How have things been going this year?
Incredible. I could not have asked for a better Christmas for our foster children. Our community came around us in complete support for what we do, and they love our mission. It is incredible. So our building was full of Christmas gifts. We had over 1,000 toys to give out. We invited all 600 foster kids. We really, truly wanted to have a Christmas morning for them. So pancakes, waffles, fried rice, Spam. It was a full-blown breakfast with full-blown toy store. They got to pick out their own toys. Just community donations. We're just so blessed. So many people came and just made a Christmas morning came alive for these kids. And the coolest thing on top of that was Santa was live and present to hug every foster child. We had a really great time.
Wow, 600s of hugs from Santa?
Yes, we did invite all 600 kids. There were a few that we missed, so we're still giving out Christmas gifts this week as well.
Bethany, it's incredible when we hear about something an effort like this that you put on for these kids, because not many of them are lucky to grow up in households like myself where I can have and build those family traditions, wake up to that breakfast, that cooking that mom makes at home, the smell, some holiday music, and then the presents, like you said. We open up under the tree. Not so much luck for these kids here.
You know, that's really what we wanted to get. We understand every day what we do here. We hear the crisis call come into Harvest House, and we hear the stories they come from. The abuse, the abandonment, and the neglect is very real on Guam, and it does happen in our back doors, in our backyards, in our neighborhoods. And these kids are suffering. They have the trauma alive in their stories, and we just totally want to change that story for them. And their faces really, truly came alive and excited. And again, the focus on family was so important. We really wanted that family feel, right? Your new foster family, even if you were in a shelter, we wanted the whole shelter to come and completely feel like family. We're going to host you. We're going to give you lots of presents. We're going to give you lots of food. We're going to give lots of hugs. And we're going to let you know we're in a really safe environment where there's no harm done, but instead love is present and hope is given.
I think the message that's always been echoed every time we hear about Harvest House or even just the foster care system locally, hundreds, like we said, kids in the foster care system, not enough foster parents to care for them. Thankfully, we have people like Bethany here, her family welcoming in, I think, was it nearly a dozen kids?
We have 7 right now.
Okay.
We had 8 when you last interviewed me.
Right.
So we have 7 kids, and we just are a very happy, chaotic, but fun family, and I'm really thankful. Honestly, it is incredible to be able to share the story with other foster families. I understand the struggle they go through, and so our other staff members here at Harvest, many of us are foster parents as well, and so we understand like what it is the kids are going through. We hear their stories every day, and the foster parents are really sacrificing a whole lot. But as you said, we have probably over 30, probably 35, 40 foster children right now waiting in a shelter, waiting for a family. And we don't want to see any child left behind. We don't want to have any child not have a family even for Christmas. So.
Yeah, and I know we got to wrap it up, send it back to Jason in a moment here, but I want to get this message out to all those out there considering, thinking, I might be a good fit to be a foster parent, but they're maybe reluctant about what that might include. What can you share with them?
We hold an informational meeting here in this room, in this conference room here at Harvest House at Barrigada. Informational meeting last Thursday of every month. So January 26th, I think that is, the Thursday at 6:30 p.m. It's a 1-hour class. CPS is invited, and you just hear how it is to foster on Guam and hear a little bit of the foster care stories, the kids, what they go through, and the call to really say yes to these kids. They're just waiting for families to say yes and homes to invite them in, to welcome them into their home. That's what this Christmas season is about. Can you welcome a foster child into your home? Do you have one more seat around the table?
I think the answer is yes, and so number to call, place that they can come visit?
300-LIFE, 300-5433. You can call her, or Harvest House Guam, Facebook, Instagram. Check us out, or our website.
All right, Bethany Taylor with the Harvest House, thank you so much for what you do for this community. Greatly appreciated, and I'm sure the kids put that smiles on the faces, something that's memorable for the years ahead.
Really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right, Jace, we'll send it back to you. We heard about that spectacle that they put on, the holiday one that they put on for the kids just over the weekend. Happy holidays to everyone here celebrating. Back to you in studio.
All right, thanks so much, Nick. And more importantly, thank you, Bethany, and thank you for the staff over there at Harvest House. Now, can you think of anything more in this world that is more pure and more noble and more precious than wanting to be able to give like a little kid, to say, you know what, that's my family and that's my house. It's an amazing gift. So again, we hope you would consider being a foster parent. Well, on Thursday morning, if you needed more motivation, the Guam Fire Department made a big donation of toys to Harvest House, who we just talked to, in time for their Christmas celebration for the foster kids on the island. And it was during this presentation that it was revealed that a handful of firefighters themselves are foster parents. Here's this amazing story with Joan.
This year, in lieu of a gift exchange amongst its staff, the Guam Fire Department decided to instead use that money to purchase toys for Harvest House. GFD Chief Dan Stone.
It seemed like the right fit. It seemed like the right choice because, obviously we all have children or a niece or a nephew, and so there's a very, we have a very close connection to children. When we respond to children, we are super hyper attentive to them because we want to make sure that they're okay. So this just seemed like the right fit, and the work that you do here at Harvest House is very, is laudable, and we applaud you for all the efforts that you do, because we totally appreciate that you're challenged just as much as everybody else, and that you do it every day with the smiles that you possess right now. It's the least we could do.
Bethany Taylor, Executive Director of Harvest House, was moved by the kind words and gesture.
Our foster children are seeing you on the front lines, and you are responding to some of the poverty situations, some of the drug addiction problems, some of the abuse, abandonment, and neglect that's happening on Guam. And they need a familiar, a kind, and caring face. And we love that you are there to be at their immediate crisis and bring hope to them.
During the presentation, it was revealed that a handful of firefighters with GFD are or have been foster parents, which made the donation that much more meaningful. One of those, our Battalion Chief Ronnie Chigina, who has been with the department for close to 30 years. He and his wife have been foster parents for over a year to a baby boy.
We were able to just get them over the weekends and end up going through the system, and from there end up signing documentations to foster the child, and hopefully soon, or maybe someday, that we'll be able to adopt him. That's the long-term goal. But again, there's an opportunity for the biological parents to get better, I guess, to be able to provide for the child. But at the moment in time, my wife and I and our family, actually, this is a kind of like a family process in caring for the child. Without our family, much of this wouldn't be possible.
Chigina says that he and his wife are humbly proud to be able to care for the child.
As a first responder, we see time and time again the households we respond to. We find out that children are in that situation, right? And so our community is, I want to say, plagued with that type of situation, and hopefully our leaders today be able to somehow work that out.
In the meantime, he adds there are children out there that need care.
To be able to care for these children is going to be priority for them. We don't know and understand all the situations that are happening, but there's thousands of children that definitely need care, and my wife and I and our family are so proud to be able to care for the child that we have in our custody.
Chigina adds that it is no surprise to know that his fellow brothers and sisters have stepped up and answered the call to be foster parents, acknowledging the big hearts they have.
All right, we have for you now a special holiday edition of News Bites for this Home for the Holidays episode, looking to get your gifts wrapped, and we certainly all are. Now here in Harmon, our friends at Idlewild at the Guam Business Center, like right on top of Brood Awakenings, they're offering gift wrapping by donation. All proceeds go to the Kate Thomas Foundation. Go down there and get an acai bowl, and go get your gifts wrapped. My technical director, Carlito, he shared a acai bowl recently, except he just didn't know he was sharing it with Pete, so go check it out. Also tonight, stop by Mosa's Joint because they are celebrating 7 years in Hagåtña. They have a raffle tickets on sale for $10. All proceeds benefit also the Kate Thomas Foundation. We're going to tell you about that foundation a little bit on the show. You can still purchase a special edition We Start With You commemorative tote bag designed by local artist Austin Domingo. All proceeds benefit Harvest House. Once again, I told you they're an awesome organization, and you can grab the tote at any retail organization of GTA. And just in time for the holidays, GPA's staffers delivered boxes of holiday gifts to Harvest House. GPA's Public Power Outreach Committee, along with GWA staff and management, delivered about 600 items to brighten the holidays for the kids. Now remember, everybody, sharing is caring during the holidays, and if you want to share your acai bowl, as Carlito unwillingly did with Pete, you can get on that too. Pete, shout out, man, you're awesome. All right, coming up after the break, we introduce you to the Kate Thomas Foundation and the lasting legacy it hopes to continue.
As we celebrate the Christmas season, let's not forget about our youngest and most vulnerable in need. There are over 600 children in foster care on Guam in need of your love and support. As a companion to the 24th annual CBS special, the KUAM Care Force presents a special Home for the Holidays edition of HotSpot. This special will feature uplifting stories of foster families and children, a look at the state of foster care on Guam, and the people and organizations making a difference in their lives. We'll also feature a special holiday performance in studio. The special edition of HotSpot will premiere on broadcast and streaming platforms on December 21st at 11 a.m. Chamorro Standard Time. Check KUAM.com schedules for additional showtimes.
that amount worth right now.
Mom,
What is it?
can I get new basketball shoes?
We'll see.
Can I please have $20 for my field trip?
I don't know.
Can I go to my friend's house after school?
Anak, hindi pwede.
We're all trying our best to make ends meet. The governor's childcare programs are helping businesses and working families care for Guam's kids. This ad is paid for with funds administered by the Department of Public Health and Social Services. Visit guamchildcare.com to apply today.
Pacific Points is more rewarding with friends. From now until December 31st, get 300 bonus points for every friend you refer that signs up and earns points. Both you and your friends will enjoy awesome rewards like free Shell fuel, rebates on your IT&E bills, vouchers at Foodies and United Mileage Plus miles. Plus, earn more points to upgrade your membership tier and enjoy even more exclusive rewards. Learn more at PacificPoints.com or download the app. Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
Home for the holidays, a extra special episode of KUAM HotSpot continues right here, live on YouTube and Facebook, and originally known as the Guam Foster Families Association. One nonprofit organization changed its name in the year 2019 to the Kate Thomas Foundation. And with that change, they remember the impactful legacy Thomas, a longtime social worker on Guam, passed away in 2011, made to our island community.
As you know, Guam's foster care system is really strained, and many of these social workers have hundreds of cases that they're dealing with, and whatever we can do to make it smoother, that is our goal, and also to bring out awareness with the public, letting them know the need.
That is the mission of the Kate Thomas Foundation. Founder and president Kathleen Beneventi said that Thomas was not only a social worker, but her foster mother.
I guess I wanted people to remember her dedication to human services, and especially helping abused women and children, and that was more of her passion, and I didn't want people to forget her name.
The mission of the foundation?
We try to fill the gap of the daily needs of foster children that are within the system, shelters, or are with relative placements, to assist with their daily needs like personal hygiene items, formula, baby wipes, and so forth, and also to is in the process of removing a child.
And with that removal, sometimes there are items that are needed. The foundation collects such items by way of donation drives and stocks a closet that social workers have access to.
It's such a big deal, and we want to fill that gap. So that's how the Kate Thomas Foundation plays within the foster community.
Over the past several months, the group One Pacific has played a huge role with getting the word out about the foundation, and it hasn't gone unnoticed.
They've really been advocating, getting us out there in the at the same time also getting many small businesses involved, and it has helped get the word out, and it's amazing. It's amazing to see the outpour of support that they're really, a lot of them say they had no idea how strained the system was.
With that being said, there is a huge need for foster parents. Beneventi says one of the things that holds people back from becoming one is that they're fearful of getting connected to the child.
They're like, oh, I don't want to, I'm scared. What if I get connected? What if I love them? But that's the whole point, is we want you to be connected. We want you to love them. It might be temporary for you, but it's a lifetime impact on that child, and they'll never forget it. And trust me when I say they'll never forget it.
And if there's anything she would want you to know?
So what I would like to say is you don't have to be a licensed foster home. You can do respite care where you can pick these children up on the weekend just to share a beach day with them, or a dinner or a movie day. All these little things become forever moments, right? And so don't be afraid to reach out and just mentor and let them know that they haven't been forgotten and that they are loved.
Well, speaking of the Kate Thomas Foundation, that organization, as well as the Igima Minaasi Shelter for Foster Kids, were recipients from GPD who gathered essential goods for those organizations.
The Guam Police Department's Juvenile Investigation Section developed Project U. The initiative underscores youth empowerment by increasing positive youth engagement through education, mentorship, and community collaboration. Sergeant Maggie Napoti, the officer in charge at GPD's JIS, as well as the OIC for the program, says the idea for the donation drive came about when planning the Christmas Youth Break program.
To continue training our youth to be leaders in their school and community. So what's special about the Christmas program is we focus on teaching our youth ages 14 to 17 who will be participants of the program the value of community service.
So this year, the Safe School partners came together and decided to launch a donation drive that would benefit the Kate Thomas Foundation and Iguma Minaasi Shelter for Foster Children. Beginning on November 11th, several drop boxes were set up at various locations throughout the island where the community and businesses could drop off essential items, from toiletries and clothing to non-perishable food items, school supplies, and even toys.
Just this past weekend, December 9th to the 11th, we were at Gani Shopping Center, GPO, and the Micronesia Mall, engaging with the community and collecting donations at those places.
The response was overwhelming.
This is just a small piece of what we've collected so far. The community has just been so responsive and so supportive. I'd first like to thank our community for the overwhelming support in this community project, and most especially a special thank you to our Safe School partners for this collaboration and partnership.
Participants of the Christmas Break program, which started Monday, will spend the next few days sorting out the items and packaging the essential items to be delivered to the foundation and shelter. To learn more about Project U and its overall mission, follow Guam Police on Instagram.
It's been a great 2 years for Pacific Points. That's 2 years of fueling your adventures with Shell. Countless tasty new treats from Booties Guam, 24 months of savings on your IT&E phone and internet bill and prepaid services. And the chance to make cherished memories with United Mileage Plus Miles. We're giving away 2 million points. Go to PacificPoints.com for details.
Pacific Points! Do more, get more! Woo!
There's epic, then there's ultra epic. Capture life in vivid resolution with Galaxy's most advanced camera system and the built-in S Pen that puts you in control. Every moment, every angle, from sunrise to sundown and beyond. More striking, more stunning than ever. Find the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra at your nearest ITE store or online at ite.net and change the way you work and play.
I can't make that amount work right now.
Mom,
what is it?
Can I get new basketball shoes?
We'll see.
Can I please have $20 for my field trip?
I don't know. Can I go to my friend's house after school?
Anak, hindi pwede.
We're all trying our best to make ends meet. The governor's child care programs are helping businesses and working families care for Guam's kids. This ad is paid for with funds administered by the Department of Public Health and Social Services. Visit guamchildcare.com to apply today.
Many of our brothers and sisters on the island have opened their homes and hearts over the years to be foster parents themselves. Here's now the story of Roy and Laura Jano.
Roy and Laura Jano have been married for about 3 years. They both arrived on island around the same time, with her landing a job as a teacher at Harvest Christian Academy and he to attend college. Both had heard about the Harvest House ministry because they both attended Harvest Baptist Church.
Before we were together at all, we both ministered at the different events. We would volunteer to help the families that came that were licensed.
She would also do respite and emergency care. But as they started dating and was moving toward marriage, the conversation of becoming foster parents came up.
She come and I give a hand, help walk around with the baby or with the little boy or the little girl that she have. So that plant something in my heart little by little, and then later on, before we got married, I was like, I think I'm ready.
The next step was completing paperwork, which may seem like a daunting task.
As soon as you approach either CPS or Harvest House and say, I want to be a foster parent, they're excited because we need more parents that are willing to do this. So they say, okay, we'll help you. What do you need? We'll help you fill out the paperwork, and we'll help you find where you need to go and all of this. So it's a community of foster parents that all help each other, whether they're single foster parents or a couple like we are. You have others that have walked the road and that are way willing to help you as well.
Soon after, CPS called asking her if she would be interested in providing long-term care to a little boy she had previously provided emergency care for.
My immediate answer was yes, definitely. And then I said, oh wait, I need to call my fiance at that time. I need to call my fiance because this is a big decision that's going to affect both of us once we get married.
For several months, they cared for this little boy, who was eventually reunified with his biological family.
The goal is always to help the family to be able to get their children back. So we love these children with all of our hearts while they're with us, but we also want to help the families so that they can get their children back and be in a safe and loving environment as well. And praise the Lord, this child was able to go home. So he is with his family now. But it was such a joy for us to be a part of that transition. He's just a fun-loving child.
And it's a forever love that the child will never forget.
He runs right up to us, hi, Mommy and Daddy, and he still calls us that, which is sweet. But he knows that we're his foster parents, and it's a relationship that has continued to develop, and we just love that.
That was their first child.
Shortly after that, we got a little girl, same age as him, so that was quite crazy. We had two 2-year-olds at that time, but she actually was able to be adopted this summer. So we still have her, and she is ours now, and that's exciting. But then we currently have 2 girls in our house. We had another little boy that was with us for about a year, and then we've had 6 or 7 that have come and gone for a couple of months as emergency care.
In July, the little girl they received about 2.5 years ago was officially adopted and now has their last name.
She's just full of joy, super inquisitive. She's very sharp. If you met her once, she would remember your name forever. She remembers names, faces, stories so well, and she's just a happy, sweet little girl.
And while they both agree that fostering is not easy, when you see the child smiling and full of love and life, it's totally worth it.
Because of that love, that the child reciprocates so easily, and you just look and know God has placed this child in my home for this season, and I can love unreservedly, and God will take care of them.
There are challenges, not just with the child, it's also with each other. We gotta remember to focus on our marriage as a husband and wife, because the kids are watching. Like, if they're from a very hard, tough background of parents, they come into a house that after almost the same thing, it's harder to be influenced or in their life. So as for us, we gotta focus on that too, to show that there's. We have something different. We're ready to. We love each other most of all, and we're ready to reach out our hands to show them that we love them at the same time.
They hope their story inspires others to answer the call.
Foster parents come in all shapes and sizes. They come from all different nationalities and backgrounds. We need those who are Micronesian, those who are local Chamorro, those who are going to include this child in the Guam life just as much as we need those who are military and only here for a few years, and those who have transferred here from the States. We need anyone who is willing to say, I have room in my home, I have room in my heart, I'm going to accept them and I'm going to love them for however long that takes.
All right, please stay tuned. There's more coming up.
Breeze 93.9 FM is playing the perfect Christmas soundtrack of your life all season long. From timeless classics to new favorites and even the best tomorrow Christmas carols, let Breeze put you in the spirit of the season. On air and streaming on KUAM.com all day through January 1st.
All right, before we go, the 24th annual CBS special Home for the Holidays is streaming. That's going to be on Saturday, Christmas Eve, showing on TV 11 from 8 to 9. We'll feature stories from foster care and raises awareness of these important issues, so please make sure to check it out. And we close with some holiday music now, courtesy of our friends, of course, at the Tuman Bay Youth Orchestra. We cannot stress enough to close with the need for foster parents on Guam. If you need any more information, please check out Harvest House. 300 LIFE is their number, or check out the Kate Thomas Foundation. Just rewind. There you go. Here's the information if you have been so motivated and you would like to make the difference in a child's life. Thank you for doing so. All right. Thank you to everybody who contributed and made this extra special episode just that. Here now, the Tuman Bay Youth Orchestra.